Results. So today we're going to take a look at what's the best valued booster box to buy at the moment. And obviously with coming with that, there's obviously different takes, different considerations. Yeah, there's different factors to consider. What is the best set? What is the best booster box? Etc. etc. So let's take away some of that subjectivity away and let's try and keep it simple and use some numbers. And that is what I'm looking at today. So what I've did is I created a simple Excel spreadsheet. I decided to get some numbers of the different sets, and we're going to focus on data from Pokédata. Now if you go to the Pokédata website, this is what you'll see. If you go to sets, it's quite useful. You can go to Destined Rivals and you can be able to see the total set value. You see the prices of the individual cards. Now when you click on a particular card, you can see where you're getting your values from. So you could get from TCG Player, Card Market, and eBay. And similarly, you can do that for the sealed products. Okay, so that's what I did. Took some time to manually input, but I guess it will be worth it long term. And yeah, maybe I can find an easier way to capture this data going forward. So what I have is different errors. I'm going to focus on 3 Pokemon errors, and it's going to be Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and then I'm going to focus on Scarlet and Violet. Okay, and those are the 3 errors I'm going to work on, and these are the sets that's in the respective error. And what's going to happen is I'm only going to include the sets that has at least an ETB or a booster box. Other sets I'm going to exclude them for now. I'll include them maybe a bit later, but that's the main focus. So what I have here is set name, and then I have release date, so just the month and the year of it, and then whether it's a main set or a specialty set. So with the main set, you can have a booster box and sleeved booster packs, and for a specialty set, you normally only have Elite Trainer boxes and just a booster pack. No sleeved booster packs and no booster boxes. So that's really the main differentiation. And then date is really the date at which I capture the data. Yeah, it won't be a set time that I'll be capturing this data, so it could be any time during the particular day. And this is a set value you get from Pokédata. For example, right now, what's this? Team up, set value 5,964 USD, which is United States dollars. Okay, and then booster box prices. I have Elite Trainer boxes, but then I have Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. You can see Elite Trainer boxes only started from Chilling Rain. And then I have sleeved booster packs and booster pack prices. I will include some a bit later if it's much easier to capture the data, but for now, because it takes quite a bit of time to capture data, this is all I'm going to look at the moment. And in essence, color coded: yellow for Sun and Moon, orange for Sword and Shield, and green for Scarlet and Violet. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some simple pivot tables, and this is the next tab. So to explain this easily, this is a pivot table looking at just the sets. Okay, different sets in Sun and Moon. We're gonna bring in the set value, we're gonna bring in the booster box, and we're gonna calculate a ratio of set value over booster box. So for Sun and Moon base set, we have $569.22 and $517 for the booster box. So the ratio is 1.1. Okay, so the set value is slightly higher than booster box. And I'm going to do that for all the sets. I'd also have some filters over here. So I can filter between main and specialty sets. Date, I can filter between all the dates. Right now I only have 16th of June because that's the first day I'm doing on. Set name, I decide to remove Distant Rivals because Distant Rivals is still a very new set. So the set value is going to be quite a bit volatile at the moment. But maybe just for the sake of including it, it might be interesting to see. But let me just show you how easy it is to just include it. So I'm just going to open a new row over there. And then what you do is click on the filter and then drag down, include it. There we have it. You can see the reason why I excluded it. It's got the highest value. Okay, let me just change a few values. So I have a color coding over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some, so it's Alt HL and then manage rules. Start from row 6 to 42. Wait a minute, I need to highlight all of it. Ouch. HLR. Okay, so what you're gonna do is short keys. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. There we have it. So this shows the set that has the highest ratio of set value over booster box. Let me explain why I looked at this ratio, and it's really, I'm trying to keep it simple, but there's definitely other measures that we can look at going forward. So let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll improve on this. So set value is the value of all the cards in the particular set added all together, and a booster box is the price of a single booster box. So generally we would expect set value to be higher than a booster box because if it's lower, that means rather why buy a booster box if you can just get the whole set. You know, you just buy out the whole set. But then also to that is we're trying to find a ratio of value. Okay, and normally the higher the set value, we expect to see a higher value booster box. And in this case, that's what we've been seeing. Obviously, for some sets, you will see that the set value is lower than the booster box, which is kind of interesting. And people are just seeing booster boxes as an investment on its own, which is also okay. So anyways, we're going to use the ratio of set value of booster box. So the higher the value, it means there's potentially more growth for the particular booster box. Other things remaining equal. Obviously, it's difficult to tell. I can already mention to you a few things that hasn't been considered. We haven't considered supply because potentially more of the modern sets have more booster boxes being printed. So that's one thing. And in terms of opening, probably more people are active now. There's more people collecting Pokemon, so there's more ripping of the newest sets. So those are a few considerations that we need to account for. Obviously, I don't have a way to pull in supply, so if you know how to pull in the supply of these booster boxes, let me know. It'll be good. We'll make this calculation more robust. So anyways, here we're looking at the ratio of the set value over the booster box. So the higher the value, the meaning there's more value to be discovered from that particular set, meaning the value can still be, discovered. And just looking at this right now, the whole set, Destiny Rivals is currently the highest with a ratio of 7.64. It has a set value of 1,972, and the booster box right now on TCG Player is $258. So it's almost a 7.64 multiplier. So that means in terms of value, yes, it's probably going to be the better one to keep for the long term, because it has a relatively higher set value given its booster box price. And the worst one is Darkness Ablaze, where a single booster box is higher than the set value. So if you are mastering a Darkness Ablaze set, it means it's cheaper for you to just go and buy every single card on the market rather than just opening booster boxes, because more likely than not, you're not going to even find the chase card in one booster box. So if you are buying booster boxes for Darkness Ablaze, you're already buying it as an investment item. Investment item, i.e. you're not going to open it, or you're going to keep it sealed, because there's really no point in opening that box, and it's not really a good set to open, so you're not going to create good content from opening this set. And then obviously there's also others which are very close to one. We also have Guardians Rising, which is just slightly better, where set value is very close to booster box. Okay, but Darkness Ablaze being the lower one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can see here from the Sun and Moon era that the ratio, the average ratio, is 1.67. Okay, so, and Sword and Shield it's 2.4, and Scars of Ice is 3.77. So that again could build towards, supply. because probably because there's more supply of these products around, i.e. more of these booster boxes around on these modern sets. And that is why it explains the specific ratio being higher. So to counter that, we could have two ways. We could go ahead and create some adjustment for the supply and apply to this, or let's look at the individual error in perspective, in isolation. Okay, and that is why we did what we did over here. You can see here just different errors. 1.67 for Sun and Moon, 2.4 for Sword and Shield, and 3.29 for Scarlet Violet. And this is saying if we give equal weighting to each of the sets. So this is a straight average of the sets. You can see over here. Okay. So if we look at individual sets in each era, Sun and Moon set, Sun and Moon base set 1.1. So basically, if we just look at the isolation of this set, 1.67 is the average. So if it is above 1.67, you know, it's better than average. The best set being Cosmic Eclipse 2.8. Guardian Rising, the second set, is the worst in terms of value. So if you want to use this measure to assist with your investment strategy, yeah, potentially Guardian Rising doesn't have much space to move, unless some cards in the set suddenly increase. But if we just focus mainly on this ratio, then yeah, it's probably not a good buy at the moment. And if you're trying to look for the good buys above the 1.67, then you want to look towards these three. Team Up is a very popular set. Set value 5,964, but the booster box is 4,749, which gives a ratio of 1.26. So again, it's lower than average. I mean, it's a good one to buy, but unfortunately the price has moved up already for the booster boxes, so it's probably not a good buy at the moment. And you should really look towards the three that I have below over here. So it's either Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds, or Cosmic Eclipse. Burning Shadows has a set value of 1,140, booster box 594, ratio 1.92. Also good, better than average. Crimson Invasion 359 set value. It's probably one of the worst sets in the Sun and Moon era. $329 for a booster box. Okay, not a good buy. Ratio is 1.09. Ultra Prism, good set. Set value 1,894. Booster box 1,034. Ratio 1.83, decent, above average. Forbidden Light 940 set value. Booster box 812. Ratio 1.16, not a good buy. Celestial Storm 1,228 set value. Booster box 961. Ratio 1.28, below average, not a buy. Lost Thunder 1,555, 98 cents, 872 for a booster box, ratio 1.78, above average, still space to grow, slightly better than other boxes in its era. Team Up, yeah, mentioned this, not a good buy. Broken Bonds, Unified Minds, and Cosmic Eclipse all have a ratio of 2, meaning the set value is at least 2 times higher than the booster box prices. So there's potentially some room for growth. And right now Cosmic Eclipse seems to be the better one, given its set value of 4,378, which is very good. Just slightly shy of Team Up, which is close to 6,000, but its booster box is just a third of its value. So yeah, maybe this one is looking towards a good buy. Okay, in terms of Sword and Shield, we've done the same thing. This will probably resonate more with recent joiners of the investors, because it's not too long ago. I mean, Sword and Shield is from 2020, so not too far back, 5 years ago. So best set, Chilling Reign, set value 1,648, booster box 427. So that's probably the best value to get, and it's higher than the average of 2.4. So it's the better one of the set. Obviously, if you really want to go further with this, we've got to find also what's the average over time, this average ratio over time, and then compare that. Because you can see here only Chilling Reign and Battle Styles. I mean, Battle Styles is arguably one of the worst sets. 683, booster box 205. So there's definitely some room for growth. Yeah, not sure if I'm gonna buy Battle Styles, but yeah, numbers are saying it's goodbye. And surprisingly, Evolving Skies 2.91, 5,310 set value, booster box 1,824, ratio 2.91 multiplier, which is not bad. I mean, it's number 3. The others are somewhere in between. These are definitely not sets that you shouldn't go into. These 3: base set, Rebel Clash, Rebel Trash, Darkness Ablaze. Not good ones to go through. Look at this. Sword and Shield base. Set value 439, booster box 435. Almost the same. Rebel Clash 485, set value 300, booster box below average. And this one's the worst. It's lower than the set value. And then some others that you can consider is that's above average is 2.55. So we can look at Brilliant Stars and maybe Silver Tempest. Fusion Strike unfortunately has just flew up recently. Actually not a good set to buy right now for 791. Yes, there is room. I guess over the long term all these prices would be moving up. But the question is, which one would rise more? And to do that, we decide to look at set value. And based on that, these 3 are probably your best bet for this Sword and Shield era. Again, none of this is any advice. This is just what the numbers are saying for this particular situation. And then moving on to Scarlet and Violet era. I've excluded Distant Rivals, but you know what, just for interest's sake, we're just going to include it back. But you can see why I exclude. It makes it more difficult to compare the others, 3.7. So if we exclude that, then just look at the remaining ones. The conclusion is that Paradox Rift and Surgeon's Box are currently the better ones, better buys at the moment to get. Paradox Rift and Surgeon's Box. Obviously also Distant Rivals, but yeah, it's a bit unstable at the moment. I mean, you gotta look at the set value, and the set value can change. I mean, where did the set value start? It started from what's this? Close to 4,000, and then it dropped to 3,000, and now it's 1,972. So definitely it's a new set. I mean, reprints are gonna come. And if we look at the stocks that are at risk of a reprint, let's call it 3 years just to be safe. I mean, there are some sets that's definitely over 3 years. But if we just want to look at 3 years, let's look at 2022. So these are the sets that are probably still at risk due to reprint. Probably no longer the Sword and Shield eras, but pretty much all the Scarlet and Violet ones are still within that 3 year cycle. And they still could go through a reprint. Okay. But yeah, Surgeon's Box, best one. Distant Rivals, I mean, this set could go down. I'm thinking this will probably end up with 1,500, which will still give it a good ratio. Worst set to buy is Obsidian Flames. Set value 283, booster box $237. And then we have some others which are also decent. Paradox Rift 4.18, Twilight Masquerade 3.98, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Polio Evolved has seen a recent rise. It's close to the average of the set, but yeah, it has seen a rise. It's close to 300. It's currently the most expensive booster box in the Scarlet and Violet era. Interesting, but ratio wise it's not too bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What I also did was we plotted the set value on the x-axis and booster box value on the y-axis, and it's just interesting to see if there's a relationship. I always see that point is team up, and that point is this outlier, this cosmic eclipse. So definitely, if it's below the curve, it's generally pointing towards, before this trend line, it's generally a good buy. So that one was definitely a good buy. That is sort of a good buy, and these are your sort of overvalued one. Let's see if I can add the name towards. So I think I can format data point. Let's do that. Let's try that. I don't think I can do it. Okay, anyways, I'll figure it out. And data labels. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, hope that was somewhat useful. I'll improve on this format going forward. And yeah, catch you next one.